Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Maxim Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer. Today I went to Hobby Lobby and I paid full price. I did because I saw a couple things on my video and I wanted to talk about them. First of all, I have been spinning yarn. You guys know this. I'm spinning my little heart out. I'm making such beautiful yarn and fabric, and I had a lot of comments say, I wish I could do that, but I can't use wool. I'm allergic to wool. So that's why I went to Hobby Lobby, because I want to see how easy acrylic is to spin up and how affordable it is to spin up. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about is probably going to be confusing if you're not used to any of the spinning talk. If you don't care about spinning, I mean, you can turn it off, but you might learn something that might be fascinating to you. Okay, so to give you an idea, this is 4 ounces of fluff. That's what we call it. It's fluff, okay? This is combed top roving. It is wool that has been combed. Okay, turn spot focus off. I don't know why it keeps doing that. See, it's been combed so that it looks like this, alright? I bought this today. This is wool. This is not. This is acrylic. I bought this today at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to take the label off. This is 65% acrylic, 35% polyamide. Okay? It's called Showstopper. This cost me $10.99. This stuff you can knit and crochet with. You absolutely can. Trying to find the edge. Come on, Bentley, push the door, baby. Where is the edge? There's the edge. Okay. Come on, Bubba's. It's not locked. This is the acrylic. This actually got stellina in it. It's merino, which is wool, and stellina, acrylic. Looks really similar, right? This is 4 ounces. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I want to say it was 20 bucks on Amazon. And then I got a braid of the same stuff. This is a hand dyed though. This is 4 ounces. This is 4.2 ounces. I paid $25 for. Okay? That's just braided up. This is 10 ounces for $11. Let me let Benny in. Bentley, come on, baby. Come on, Bubba's. That's my good boy. So, I actually saw someone spin this up, and this was on clearance at Hobby Lobby a year ago, 2 years ago, and people were getting this for like $2, $3, and I wish I'd snapped it up, but I'm like, I saw this, I'm like, I don't want to crochet with that thick stuff. Who wants to crochet with that thick stuff? And you can crochet with this, you can finger knit with it, you absolutely can, and it will be beautiful. See? Look at, we're finger knitting. You can. Absolutely. You crochet with it. I don't have a big enough hook. Or, we're going to try to spin with it. Because I want you to realize that there are fibers. There are so many fibers you can spin. I'm learning so much right now. What I tend to do is pre-draft this. So I will take and pull a chunk off. Make it thinner. And then I spin from this. And another reason I do that is because you can also kind of separate the colors a little bit and control how much you're spinning. I'm just going to pull a piece off. We're just going to go from there. Alright, this is acrylic. For those of you that are allergic to wool and you think you can't ever spin, I'm not trying to get anybody started on a new hobby. I'm just, if you are that interested and you're scared because I can't use wool, I mean, acrylic. This is for you that asked me and said. So now the way I start this is not a tutorial. It's not going to be a tutorial. I attach it to a lead string. it definitely feels a lot different than wool. Come on. I gotta tangle. I gotta untangle it. I gotta tangle. There we go. There we go. Try that again because it came untied. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. I'm not talented enough. I am not versed enough or practiced enough to give anybody any kind of advice on this. I'm just showing you that it is possible to spin acrylic. And for a reasonable price. Because this is 10 ounces for $11. And for wool, I am using, or I am 20 bucks for 4 ounces. I paid for another braid, I paid I paid $5 an ounce. So that'd have been 50 bucks for this if it was wool. Hang on. I got halfway there and the battery is like blinking at me. Let me just draft that a little bit and get the spin going. Alright, battery. Alright, we're back in business. Alright, so I got my yarn spun a little bit. This is a lot slicker than I was anticipating. I just got it started. I'm gonna wind it up a little bit. If you want to learn how to spin, I will link my spindle set that I bought. But I will also, that one came with wool. And I will tell you that this acrylic stuff is at Hobby Lobby for $11. And it seems to be spinning just fine. Whoop. Something I tend to do a lot is tangle my yarn. It's spinning really good. Whoop. Spoke too soon. I do that a lot, folks. I do that a lot. And just wrap it up. Now, I know some of you don't like the idea of spinning. You don't want to ever learn. And a lot of people, I've been getting a lot of comments like, I don't want to learn how to spin. I totally get that. But Cinnamon Stitches, it's life right now. Like, I gotta do a little bit of park and draft until I get up higher. This feels a lot denser. Definitely feels different than spinning wool. It feels stickier. I feel like this would be a really good beginning wool, or not wool, a beginning fiber to start with for a beginner. Because it wants to stick on itself instead of pull apart. And it's going really thin too. That's what that looks like. Should have started Little Man with this stuff. I still can though. Speaking of Little Man, I'm going to show you what he's doing. Because he is surprising the heck out of me how well he is taking to this. He actually watched me, and then how I pre-drafted this, and I made it thinner. I bought him his own roving. And I'll show you. We'll set this aside. So you can absolutely spin that stuff from Hobby Lobby. And I'm a beginner. I've only been doing this for 2.5 weeks. I'm going to give you a hard brag on my kid right now because, first of all, he's ADHD. Not many things hold his attention except technology. That's going to be fun to play with. I think this is his container. That is not his container. Let me go find his. I bought him a pair of Spindles from Amazon. These, I don't like the feel of them. They're very powdery feeling. Mine is like a nice finished wool. Not wool. It's nice and finished wood. So I bought him a pair of these because these were like $15 for 2 of them. I was like, it's big and clunky. It's like, you know, it's more kid appropriate, right? And he's spinning it. He's like, Mom, I don't like the way that feels, because he has sensory issues like his mom does. He's like, I like the way yours feels better, because mine has like, it's really smooth and stained or something. Very smooth. And I was like, all right, well, let's paint yours. Okay. So because he had yarn on this one. His favorite color is red. We took the hook off because it unscrews, and we painted this with enamel paint, which it stinks really bad, but now it's shiny and has a nice coat, and it's his favorite color. And this is his yarn. This is all his yarn. I bought him red fluff from Amazon. This is merino wool. It was $8.99 for, I don't know, an ounce, 2 ounces, something like that. I think it was an ounce. And I'm showing him, I started off by just putting yarn on here, okay? I just put a piece of yarn on here, and I taught him how to roll it off his body and spin it until he got the yarn spun. That was step 1 for teaching my 9-year-old how to spin, okay? And he got it like that. He's okay, can I have my fluff now? Sure. And he was using this one, not the red one, because the red one wasn't painted yet. Now, this is going to be ugly to a seasoned spinner, but to a mom, I think he's doing fantastic. And he's pre-drafting his yarn, so his yarn is super bulky. But it went from this, and he pre-drafts it, so he pulled it all the way down by himself without me directing him to do it. And he's like, Mom, can you help me attach this? Yes, I can. So he's got himself a beautiful bulky weight yarn, and he's even got some spots where it's thin. That's about worsted weight. This is definitely like super bulky. But for a beginner and a 9-year-old with ADHD to boot, he spun all of this by himself. He's really good at it. We have to learn to get him to go a little bit thinner, but like right now, he's doing fantastic and he really likes it. He's been sitting on the back deck, and as you see, it's not falling apart. So he spun it well enough that it's staying as what it's supposed to be. His looks really close to what mine started off as. So, if he continues and he keeps it up, he is going to be doing amazing things very, very soon with his little spindle thing. And if I ever get like an actual like spinning wheel, I think he's going to really want to play with that, which I'm okay with, because it's funny because we were on the back deck and we were both spinning. He was spinning his, I was spinning mine. And I taught him, I'm trying to teach him when he spins it, it should spin straight down. It's not a pendulum. It should not swing. And that's something I learned myself, because if it swings too much, it's going to take off flying across the deck, which is what we both have done. And he was getting frustrated because he kept dropping it. I was like, yeah, be careful. Try not to drop it. You're going to break it. And he's like, he started to get frustrated. He's all, how do I stop dropping it? I said, it takes practice, baby. It takes practice. I said, trust me, I've dropped it a bunch. That's why it's called the drop spindle. I've dropped it a bunch. And I still drop it. This stuff is spinning ridiculously thin. So this is going to have to be plied, but I don't know how to ply yet, so we're just going to go with the flow. I also noticed that when because I was doing the park and draft method, which means you spin it and you build up the spin, and then you hold the spindle either under your arm, or I was holding it between my feet. And then you do the spin in the yarn. And I was noticing when I do it this way, where I'm letting it spin while I draft, while I pull it, it creates a more even and thinner fabric from the weight pulling down on the yarn. And I dropped it. That's why it's called a drop spindle, people. Oy. So there you have it, folks. You do not need to use wool to use a drop spindle. You do not need wool to create beautiful yarn. I just thought this would be a fun Friday video because A, it's technically yarn porn because I went and bought that today. And B, it's educational because I'm teaching you guys. That's another thing I do that I've not seen anybody else do in a video. If you lick your fingers where you join it, it smooths down. And it helps it to want to connect itself. I have not seen anybody else do that. I don't know if they do, I just have not seen it. I kind of like the way this is working up. I'm going to have to play with this some more. And now that it's on my drop spindle, I don't have a choice but to work it up because I don't take it off till it's done. I'll look for this in an upcoming video. Don't worry, all of my content is not going to be spinning. Not at all. But this week, that's what I'm doing. I'm spinning. I'm making yarn. That's what's on my mind. Look how thin I got that. It's definitely going to have to be plied. Plying means you spin two of them together after they're done. But I am spinning so much that I'm not even interested in other hobbies right now because I'm so hyper fixated on it. But yeah, $10.99 for this is a really good deal. They also had it in a they had it in this rainbow color, which is called Rainbow Riot. They also had it in just a cotton candy pink, which I think would be so pretty with some of the other yarn or the other fiber. And I'm like, okay, but like, can I work up the pink in the acrylic and then mix it with some merino wool? And the answer is yes, you can do that. And I absolutely might do that in the future, but isn't that just fun? It's just a neat hobby. And I know I'm not trying, listen, I'm not, and I've had a couple people also, I think some of you feel guilty when I show you something that you are unable to participate or whatever. Don't, because I get a lot of, well, I can't afford to buy that right now. You don't have to explain that to me. I'm showing you because I'm showing you. You don't have to buy them, the things I'm showing you. Or I've gotten a lot of comments like, I cannot allow myself to pick up another hobby right now. I'm not trying to make you pick up another hobby. I'm showing you what I'm doing right now because I'm so interested and fascinated. And in case there's somebody else out there that is interested or fascinated, or like me, I was terrified to start, just to start the spinning. Because I have a lot of negative self-talk that, and I fight it every day, and I try to tell myself, stop saying those things to yourself, but like, there's a lot of, you are too stupid, you're not gonna be able to get that in my head. And that's from my childhood and from especially my teenage years. Like, there's a whole lot of self-doubt in my head that you're never gonna be able to do that, it's too hard, you're not smart enough, you're not talented enough, you're not anything, and you're just not enough. And like I said, I fight it every day, and I tell myself, I write it all over my journals, I write it on the walls in my room, I put cute little things up that say, you're enough, it's okay to have bad days, don't believe everything you think, you are so loved, be kinder to yourself. That was sent to me in Happy Mail, and I read it every day. because I'm trying to change my mindset. But if you're one of those people that's anything like me, and quite a few of you are because you've contacted me, it's okay to try and fail. It's okay to try and mess up. It's okay to go out of your comfort zone and try things. Don't let the fear win, because your anxiety is a liar. It's a liar. And that's why I show you what I'm doing, because I was terrified of spinning, and I'm doing really good, and I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really enjoying it more than anything. And I also get a lot of comments, I'm a beginner crocheter, like, you're making me courageous. And so that's why I show you what I'm doing, not so that you do it. I show you so that in case someone wants to try, someone is scared, and someone is interested. That's why I show you what I'm doing, not because I'm trying to, like, influence anybody to do anything. I'm not trying to influence anybody to buy anything. I'm trying to help you guys out in case. I also get comments when I post sales that I don't have the money right now. You don't have to explain that to me. I'm not trying to force anybody to buy anything. I'm letting those know that are the same ones that are telling me, like, why didn't you tell me there was a sale? Like, I can't win. Some people are mad because I didn't tell them there was a sale when it was time for the sale, and then some people get upset with me because I'm telling them about the sale and they can't afford it right now, and I understand both sides of that. So, I don't know. There's that. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Think outside the box when it comes to spinning. You can spin cotton. I have seen videos where people actually take raw cotton, clean it up, and spin it from the cotton. So there's lots of things in nature and not in nature, made out of plastic, that you can spin that's not wool. So just keep all of that in mind. And this was relatively cheap considering it's 10 ounces. Now this says it's 26 yards. But if you think about it, if I'm spinning this into a fingering weight, 10 ounces is a lot of yardage. I'm probably going to be able to make a whole shirt out of this if I spin it all like that. But I'm just going to spin a little bit. I'm probably only going to spin an ounce at a time because that's really all my spindle can handle is about an ounce. It handles about an ounce. And then it turns into this. And that's so pretty. That's wool though. But yeah, we're going to see what we can do with the acrylic. And I went and bought the acrylic specifically for all of those that you said I wish I could do that, but I'm allergic to wool. There's acrylic for you guys. You can get a spindle. These spindles from Little Man, they were 2 for $15. The yarn was this big old fluff ball was $10.99, but they do 30% off every other week. I just happened to go when it was not 30% off. But by the time you see this, it probably will be 30% off because I'm filming this last week. So you can have a brand new hobby for 20 bucks. If you choose to have a new hobby for 20 bucks. I will link his spindles below because you don't need this more expensive one if you just want to try it out. I will post his. I will post my set for anybody that was interested. This came in a cute little box with a bunch of little this size balls of fluff, which I spun up into this and this. These were the colors that came in it. So yeah, I will link all of the stuff below if I can remember, in case anybody's interested. If you're not, that's okay too. We're just making videos. We're getting by. I'm actually out of town while you guys are watching this. I should be on my way home from Baltimore. Me and Juju are on an adventure this week, and I hope I come home exhausted. She says that she yawns, but I've been recording all day. I literally have been recording all day, with the exception of I ran to Michael's to buy this, which is ring spun. It's a super bulky, just white yarn. And then I ran over to Hobby Lobby to buy this, which was all of $10.99. And I think that's going to be fun to play with. Because I can already tell you that works up way differently than wool. It almost works up easier. And I'm thinking like I probably should have started with the acrylic. But I definitely like the way that looks. Come on. I like the way that's working up already. And it's super shiny. It's crazy because it looks matte here, but it looks shiny, worked up. Whoop, too close. Definitely gonna be interesting. And that might be, if I work up some of that, I might be able to spin some together after I'm doing that. We'll see. As of right now, I'm working on a blanket. So that was yesterday's video though. If you watched that one, thank you for watching that one as well. But I'm gonna let you guys go because I have a lot of editing to do this weekend, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope you do something special for yourself. Remember to be kind to one another, and remember that I love you. Bye guys.